The title of today's story is The Snow Queen, so let's go in the snowland. Once upon a time, in a country in the north, there lived a powerful and mysterious queen known as the Snow Queen. She ruled over a vast kingdom of ice where winter never ended and cold winds always blew. Her palace was made entirely of sparkling ice. The Snow Queen was beautiful, but her heart was as cold as ice. In a nearby village lived two best friends named Kai and Greta. They were inseparable, spending every moment together, playing in the fields and gardens. Kai was a bright boy with twinkling eyes and a warm smile, while Greta was a kind girl, with a gentle spirit and the love of flowers. One winter day, while Kai and Greta were playing in the snow, a terrible incident happened. The Snow Queen in her icy palace was looking at the world through her magic mirror. This mirror was not an ordinary mirror. It had the power to distort everything it reflected, making beautiful things appear ugly and good things appear bad. A piece from the mirror, as small as a grain of sand, flew into Kai's eye. Another piece hit his heart. Instantly, Kai's view of the world changed and his heart became cold and insensitive. Kai's behavior towards Greta and the other villagers changed considerably. He became cruel and arrogant, mocking Greta and taking pleasure in breaking things that were once precious to him. Greta was heartbroken, unable to understand what had happened to her dear friend. One day, when Kai was sledding near the village, he encountered a beautiful woman dressed in white, riding on a magnificent sled pulled by reindeer. This was the Snow Queen. The Snow Queen cast a spell on many and brought them under her control. She offered Kai a ride and he accepted it without hesitation. The Snow Queen took him to her icy palace. Under her spell, Kai forgets all about Greta and the village. Back in the village, Greta is troubled by Kai's disappearance. She missed him very much and could not understand why he had changed so much. Determined to find her friend, she sets out on a courageous journey despite the cold and the dangers that lie ahead. The journey to Greta was long and difficult. She traveled through dark forests, frozen rivers, and snow-covered mountains. Along the way, she encountered many kind and magical creatures who helped her in her quest. First, she met a wise old woman who lived in a flower garden that endured the cold of winter. The old woman tried to keep Greta with her, but Greta's love for Kai was too strong, and she continued her journey. After this, Greta met a crow who led her to a grand palace, thinking Kai might be there. But it was the castle of a kind prince and princess, who, although they did not know Kai, provided warm clothes and a golden carriage for Greta to continue her search. As she proceeded north, Greta encountered a band of robbers. They capture her, but the youngest bandit girl, impressed by Greta's bravery and determination, decides to help her. The robber girl releases Greta and gives her a reindeer named Ben, who knows the way to the Snow Queen's castle. Ben and Greta traveled fast through the snowy land. They reached the Snow Queen's palace. Greta's heart was beating with fear, but her true friendship for Kai gave her strength. As she entered the palace, she found Kai sitting on the frozen lake, trying to form a word with sharp, icy letters. The Snow Queen had promised him freedom if he could create the word eternity, but he was not succeeding because of a piece of the magical mirror stuck in his eye and heart. Seeing her friend in such a condition, Greta ran to Kai and hugged him, crying. Her tears fell on Kai's chest and melted the shard of the magic mirror in his heart. As soon as the mirror piece came out of his heart, Kai felt pain and started crying. His tears took out a piece of his eye. Gradually, he recognized Greta and once again felt the warmth of their friendship. The Snow Queen returns to her castle to find Kai and Greta together. She was angry, but Greta's love and true friendship had already broken her spell. The Snow Queen's powers began to weaken in the presence of such warmth and kindness. Her icy palace began to melt and she could do nothing to stop it. As the castle is collapsing around them, Kai and Greta run away, holding each other's hands. Ben was waiting for them outside, ready to lead them back to safety. They set out back towards the village, where the warmth of spring had begun to return. The snow melted, flowers bloomed, and the villagers rejoiced at the return of Kai and Greta. The two friends are reunited, and Kai's heart is filled with gratitude for Greta's unwavering friendship and bravery.